right, so it's another Tuesday morning, and we are here for another edition of Sports Executive. Of course, you know that the Paralympic game just ended, and just like we have for the able-bodied athletes, the body in charge of them when they go for Olympics is known as the NOC, National Olympic Committee, and for the Paralympics, it's known as the PSN, that is a Paralympics Committee, so to say. And we have the president of the Paralympics Committee of Nigeria, the body that is in charge of the Paralympians. So they just concluded the Olympics in Paris, joining us on today's edition of Sports Executive. I'm talking about no other person than Sunday Olubode. Sunday Olubode, good morning. You're welcome to the program.
Adebody.
Adebody, rather. You're welcome to the program, Sunday Adebody. My apologies.
Thank you.
All right, yes, the Olympics has come and gone. Before the Olympics, you actually said, well, we will win medals, but you did not actually state how many medals we will win. Eventually, 2 gold, 3 silver, and 2 bronze medals. Now, how do you feel about this? Are you satisfied?
Actually, you know, people living on disability, they are always Oliver Twist. We can say we are satisfied. Why some other countries did not win bronze. We set world record, 2 world records, and for the first time in the history of Africa, we qualified in para badminton and won a medal. We set a pace for the Africa, for the first time ever, for Africa to qualify for para badminton. And for the first time we featured, and we won a bronze medal. That is a plus for Nigeria and Africa entirely. Like the powerlifting, we set 2 world records despite the injuries that sustained during the camp. 2 days, a day to the event, they get injured. But we got on our side. Let's take the 2 gold medals. For para-athletics, even they fell sick before their event, but we still walk around the clock, they pick a silver medal. For Isha Ogukule, he has put in all his best to beat the defending champion of the Tokyo and beat the seeded number 3 to pick the bronze medal. This bronze medal is like a gold medal. So we keep it up, and preparation starts for the next Olympics and Commonwealth Games. We started.
Okay, looking at our level of preparation, will you say, President Sunday Odebode, will you say we gotten what we deserve, or will you say we'll have done more?
Actually, we could have done enough, but I told you the challenges in the camp. When you prepare an athlete, the athlete falls sick, injury. Despite all these challenges, we still go there to deliver the best they can.
Okay, how will you describe the collaboration or the support gotten from the Ministry of Sports?
Actually, the Honorable Minister did his best for the first time to give the home-based athlete a grant. Apart from the foreign base, they were given a grant and they received their instant bonus. And also the Paralympic Committee also support the athlete with some bonus.
Now, for the able-bodied athletes, we normally hear something like training grants, competitions here and there. How do you prepare these athletes? How do you prepare them, the Paralympians, so to say? Do they also collect training grants? Where do they train? Do they have enough? I know what the Badminton Federation puts in for us to have the first medalist in badminton from the continent of Africa, allowing her to actually attend so many competitions here and there. How does it happen for other Paralympians too? I'm talking about training and preparation. What was it like?
Actually, before you can qualify for Paralympics, you have the qualification to attend.
Okay.
Like the powerlifting went to 4 pathways before they can make it to the Paralympics. The same thing applies to para-table tennis, para-athletics, which the ministry supports them to attend this qualification.
Okay. All right. We noticed that is it about old age? Some known Paralympians were not at this Olympics. You should know as president what happened. For example, Latifat from Ogun State, who is a power lifter, wasn't at the Olympics. Then a couple of them too that we thought are normally Olympic hopefuls were not there. What happened?
Like Latifa was replaced by Esther. And Esther is young. Esther could have picked the gold medal. She sustained injury a day to the day she will compete. And she still went ahead to pick the silver medal.
Okay. Now, President, what was the story behind para-athletics? Yes, one silver through javelin. But that was an area we thought...
para-athletics,
especially,
as you all know...
Especially the woman in shot put. What happened?
The woman in shot put, I can't really tell you that this is what happened, because I told you most of them fell sick, and she went there to pick, taking 5th position, and the other Commonwealth medalist, her class was combined. That is Goodness.
Okay.
Goodness competed with the higher people in that class.
Okay.
Which the IPC now thinking of breaking the class. Assuming they break the class, she could have picked a gold medal because she is the champion of that class.
All right.
And Flora, she's just coming back to the game. The last Tokyo, she won gold. This time around, she picked silver because she was down a little bit. She's just coming back.
Okay, what are the
still put her best.
Okay, now that the Olympics is over, what are the plans to make activities bubble around Paralympians in Nigeria? We have so many games they are into: para-athletics, para-table tennis. We have basketball. Nigeria was not part of basketball. We could be part of basketball, who knows, in the future. So, what are the plans to make these athletes busy ahead of the Commonwealth Games, as you said, and ahead of the coming Olympics? You, as the president of the PCN.
We have set up our plans. As you all know, like this year, we always host the ITTF Factor 20 para-table tennis, which is coming up in November. Then we are also going to host the World Cup for powerlifting, which is coming up next year. And also next year, we are going to host the first West African Para Games, which we use that one to classify most of the athletes and also develop our West Coast. We have program lined up for the para sport.
Okay, the National Sports Festival is near, and I know that unlike what we have at the Olympics, where it is separated, they do it together in the National Sports Festival. So, are you set to discover more Paralympic athletes at the coming National Sports Festival?
Yeah, we have set all our ball rolling. We will discover in the National Sports Festival. Immediately we discover, we start nurturing.
All right, we hope to discover more at the National Sports Festival, and you continue to nurture them. Now, Mr. Odebody, let's talk about you. I'm going to shock you here. You are not on the hot seat. No doubt about it. Some people, when it comes to sports in Nigeria, and when it comes to National Sports Festival, you have worked with so many states before you got to become the president of the PSN in Nigeria. I know you were here in 2006 and 2008 in Ogun State, and I know that Ogun State did very well, was like a mecca. I know you worked with Edo. I also know that during the last National Sports Festival, you worked with Delta, and we know what Delta has been chunking out, so to say, in terms of sports. Now, some people call you Mr. Fix-It as far as sports is concerned in Nigeria, especially with some states when it comes to the National Sports Festival. States that don't have swimmers engage Mr. Odebody, they will have swimmers ahead of National Sports Festival. What do you want to say to this? Why do you think people call you Mr. Fix-It in the sports circle?
You know, people may call you names, people may call you that. I'm into grassroots development right from onset. I start as a coach, as a development officer. I rise to the position of a president and also to the Paralympic. I'm also the chairman, West Africa. A room does not build in a day. I'm into sport development, a consultant. People may call you name, Mr. Fix-It, whatever is left for them.
So it is, it has been your life, so to say. Let's know more about you. You said you started as a coach, or do you start as an athlete? If I may
As an
ask,
athlete.
You said what? As an athlete?
Yes, I played table tennis right from my youth.
Okay.
I started from the north.
Okay.
I represent Kano State.
Okay.
From there, I moved down to Lagos. I went into the coaching course, ITTF.
Okay.
I have my advance in coaching. From there, I moved into sport development, ITTF sport development. From there, I moved in as a consultant. From the consultant, I moved in as a chairman of para table tennis, which I contested as a PCM president.
I want to bring you back to 2006 and 2008 in Ogun State. What made Team Ogun a success? You were part of it. Bukola Olopade was a commissioner then. Tell us, we are preparing for another game, and people are beginning to look at Team Ogun. Can they perform what they did in 2006 and what they did in Kada in 2008? What made those 2 years, those 2 festivals special for Ogun State? Tell us, everybody.
What makes those 2 years special? It was planning. There was no magic. Then everything I told Olopade, do this, do this. This is a sport development. Ogun State was turned into the mecca of sports. It's planning and preparation. You get there.
Planning and preparation.
So there's no magic.
Okay, there's no magic about it. It's just about planning and preparation. Okay. Now, let's bring you back to your primary constituency again. That is the Paralympics, the Paralympians, so to say, or let me say the special sports. We call it special sports in Nigeria. What would be your advice to government, especially looking at the way
Honorable Kunle Sholame,
Is, and of course, how much more will you also want from other people?
we want other people to come on board. Shona is the 6th edition we are hosting, and he has also shown love of people with disability. We are using this medium for all stakeholders to come to the aid of people living with disability and support the movement of Paralympians.
Now, I know that when it comes to some of these sports that the people with disability are engaged in, one of those that have been having one program or the other is the what do you call it? The wheelchair basketball that is having Sheyi Johnson as the president. How many of them are active like that? And of course, how will you want to describe the efforts that is being put into?
And you know, we are
So para sports, definitely you are sure will be better and bigger under you as the president of the Paralympics committee. All right, it's been so wonderful. Confess. People in by 3 silver medals and 2 bronze medals, badminton and table tennis. Mr. Odepode, I want you to, what assurances are you giving the athletes? What assurances are you giving Nigerians? And of course, what assurances are you giving the stakeholders to show that under you as the president of the PCN, the Paralympics, so to say, or the special sports people will continue to wax stronger and stronger?
actually, we are showing you everybody to give the support for the Paralympians. We all need your support. That is the limit.
All right, thank you very much. To the president of the Paralympics committee, Paris, the plans for special sports in Nigeria.
One more thing.
Yeah, go ahead.
How are you preparing for the access for people?
Well, those in charge must have heard you. And that's the message. If you want to know about T-Mobile, should also prepare, and other states should also prepare, so that we will see perfect